Hello YouTube, Lanchinate Gaming here today, and after much request on the download of the game that we have right now of Beyond Pearl Harbor Pacific Warriors, today I have decided to finally push through and get this started for you guys. Now, pretty much I've had a lot of people request how come I don't have a download link to the game. Guys, I'm sorry to say this, I don't have it. I have the original disc that runs through a program that ACE 1918 recommended, which is DG Voodoo 2. And it's a program that helps you run the game on Windows 10 and other computers that have Windows 10 or any other equipment, so you can run Beyond Pearl Harbor Pacific Warriors. So, just to get that disclaimer out of the way, so pretty much it's kind of a alternate mix-up on the Pacific Campaign and Pearl Harbor, but basically our solitary pilot designated to destroy as much Japanese territory there is on particular targets around the islands in the Pacific. So pretty much the way the game goes is you've got 5 themes to get through. The first theme, that's where it begins. Then you go to a seaplane level, which is based on a Pete fighter that in reality we never had. Then we move to a nighttime theme. Then we move to the P-38s in Theme 4, where you reach the final theme of the game, which is the hardest. And this game I'm actually playing right now is on Veteran. So pretty much that's the way it goes. You have to beat all 5 themes to win the game. Now, this was one of the games that got me playing games such as Ace High 3 of today and War Thunder. However, this is a heirloom because my dad, me and him beat this game back in 2005. Sadly, he died 15 years ago on the 8th of December. And the last memories I remember of him was of me and him beating this game. And so, that's why I keep on to it, because it reminds me of him, and I love this game to death, because this is what got me into World War II genre. So, without further ado, guys, let's begin on the first theme, and then go from there. So, hope you enjoy the beginning. Okay.
Let's show them what we're made of.
Okay, so the way the game goes, it's a budget game that was made by ValueSoft in the early 2000s. The people at the time who made the game, they really didn't have that much money, and so pretty much it was one of those games where you face the enemy and the AI that you face are not really that good, but it's still a good game nonetheless because all the powers are good. So anyways, let's get it. So basically what we're flying is
You can run, but you can't hide.
whoa, don't hit him. Okay, so pretty much he's gone. So pretty much the way the game goes is you gotta destroy a certain amount of targets for the end of the frame and the timeline that you have. So you gotta be careful though as well. You start with 3 lives and 100 health. However, it's very crucial that you do not get destroyed by the guns. The guns in the game correct. So pretty much that's where you gotta go. You've got to avoid flak fire in the game because flak will do damage to you. There we go.
Smokey's entering hot zone.
Alright, there we go. Now we're clear. Now, there is a time limit you can beat to get bonus points, however, it is hard to get because number 1, you've got a lot of points to get, but also you have to be able to beat that timeline. It's really hard to do. So, but pretty much, I really don't care about the timeline.
One more hit and he's down.
And I'll be truthful, if you want to know why my joystick is acting up, it's because this is one of my older ones. I did buy a new joystick recently, but it's been acting up, so I don't want to take the risk.
I'm the best!
There we go. Now, we did pick up that first piece of equipment, which was the rockets. And now, I'm going to go for this floating pop-up, which will be my next stage of primary weaponry, which will be machine guns. The way the stages go for weapons are simple. You get a better upgraded weapons throughout without dying, and however, you do lose an aircraft, you do lose the
You can run, but you can't hide.
That last stage that you had, you lose a stage. So pretty much, never lose a stage. So, anyways, let's get on these targets. We got cruiser, anti-aircraft guns. So, straight the heck out of this. He is out. Pull out. Flag.
Take that, son of a...
That's how you just destroy them. Your machine guns are strong. They'll do a lot of damage to your enemies, but you gotta be careful you don't just not finish them off, because number one, you don't get any points for the aircraft being shot down, which, well, it's ridiculous that the game didn't have it, but this was pretty much 2001. You can't have everything.
Like shooting rats in a barrel.
Yes, bud. Indeed, like shooting rats in a barrel. Now, pretty much, you got your generic enemies, such as anti-aircraft guns. You get, tanks. You can also, radar that. And it's not that bad of a game. You do have dangerous adversaries, such as, in the alternate variant, you do get the occasional special weapons, such as the enemy cluster missiles. Now, those only happen after. This is basically alternate. It's basically alternate history. Let's go vertical void. The guy producing. I believe this guy is blasted, and he's trying to hit it. Void him. There we go. Now, this is what really questions me. What I'm basically facing right there is the Japanese Betty Bomber. They're pretty much easy to wreck their flaming Zippos, but in the game, they're considered a foe. And with him done, that's the first level complete. Now, as stated, you can get power-ups, and also you can beat the time to beat. However, that is extremely hard to do because, number one, you gotta be fast, you gotta be accurate, you can't take any damage, and it's kind of tough to do. So, now beginning on to the next stage, or rather the next level. And we'll be going after Admiral Ishimura's task force. And pretty much the task force is the
Task force in sight.
It's pretty much great cruisers. Whoa, good lord! Yeah, that's one thing about the budget games that the AI are good at.
One more hit and he's down.
One thing that's different though that they add is they do add some models in the game.
This is fun.
So pretty much the way you can go with the models in the game, you get different ones. Yeah, let's avoid the flag. On that flag. It won't do damage, but still.
Chase the wrath of...
Let's avoid that. And that's the enemy ships. Pretty much these are cruisers or battleships. Avoid him. Now with Japanese aircraft, this is one thing you never do. Number one, you never turn to fight with them. Because for one, in real life, Japanese A6M0 was one of the most notorious turn fighters. And
he's hit.
And pretty much the Japanese Zero in real life was not that armored.
This is too easy.
Yes, it is, bud. It is extremely too easy. this. Now, I got torpedoes. You can switch out your controls by using the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys. And what I'm about to do now is drop my torpedo.
Eat lead!
And they are destroyed. Now, we're on to taking out these 2 stations. Now, this is where the important weapons that the Japanese in this game have, which never really happened, or were never made by the Japanese during the war, are the cluster missiles, or rather the cluster rockets that they have. And the next pickups I just picked up will help out with this. What I've been equipped with are known as Crazy Jacks. And you use them kind of like a scatter effect weapon. Second primary.
Lead!
And that's what the ability is. They're basically crazy weapons. And they help you out, especially when you need to use them in a circumstance where you need to scatter your rounds off so that you don't get whacked. Let's bring the pack to this guy.
You can run, but you can't hide.
There's the flag. Oh yeah! You never want to get hit by the AI. Because if you are low on health, if you ever get hit by flag, you're low on health. Yeah, the AI are not really authenticated.
This is too easy.
Yeah, the fighters and the AI in the game are really lackluster. You gotta be careful you don't get hit by them. It's ridiculous when you get hit by them. You gotta avoid the flak, as I mentioned before. And let's get these fighters.
Take that, you son of a...
Alright, let's get this last station.
Ouch, that hurt!
There we go. Yeah, that flag takes some points off of that, but in the long run it doesn't hurt too much. And through the game you can build points such as you can build points up to access better weaponry, and it helps out extremely in the long run, such as the Crazy Jacks and the missiles. So, let's lower our speed. And we're going to land on our carrier. So pretty much, in this level, you can land on the carrier. In reality, throughout some of the themes, you won't be landing on the carrier, you'll just be flying on to the next level. Now, before you ask, why does it look like we have a P-51 for our aircraft? Well, as stated at the time, ValueSoft didn't have that much money, so you can only do with what you got. And people loved the Mustang at the time. And people still do to this day. Of course, I'm one of them. But what they could have done was they could have had the... Well, in particular, they could have had the Grumman Wildcat and then had the Hellcat. Alright, let's... Oh, there we go. That's what I needed.
I hope that hurt.
Yes, I hope that too. Jojo. Oh, yeah, it did. He's gonna feel that for the next eternity. And apparently the AI crashed. Bad. Now, this is the next stage weapon I love. Well, if the AI doesn't want to hit me, then we beat it. That is the Bowguns. Or rather, what I usually nickname these things the Bowguns.
I am invincible!
lot of cruisers. Okay, let's shoot these guys.
Eat lead.
Critical.
They just haven't got a chance.
Oh, yeah. That's why you cannot trust the AI, because their AI are insane. Oh, and that blowgun just wrecked. And now I'm on to the third stage of the machine guns. These will help. Let's keep the glow guns and don't want to lose this stage. Vertical with 0. Bring it around. There we go. Let's get this guy.
I'm the best!
Darn tune, man. Now, let's turn it around. I don't know if there's another power-up. Yeah, more torpedoes. And yeah, we already destroyed all of the ships that we were facing. Now, let's take out this 4-engine flying boat. Now, this is based on the H8 Emily, the H8K Emily. Yeah, not gonna be up for much longer.
He's hit!
Secret base eliminated. Yeah, we were getting the A out. Okay. Let's go vertical. Now, this is going to be the fun part. We're going to be facing the first stage of the cluster missiles. The cluster missiles are the hardest to face because, number one, they really can whack you in one hit. They're one-shots. So, yeah.
Fire!
Rockets. Oh, that's a big amount of points right there. 7 rockets over 21,000. Okay. That's what I needed.
Take that, son of a...
Yeah, the pilot will say a lot
This is fun!
There we go. No, he's down. Don't need the torps, I need the rockets. There's the cluster missiles. Cluster missiles will come in handy when you're facing multiple targets. They're basically kind of similar to the Minnie Mouse fin folding rockets that monster helicopters like I'm trying not to get whacked. More fighters coming.
I am invincible!
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. Now, those fighters that you saw before, the bent-winged fighters, are actually not Corsairs. Those are actually Japanese B-7A2 Grace fighters. In reality, they were not made until late 42-43, in which they were supposed to have been equipped on the super carriers. The Japanese had the Taiho class. But, ironically enough, the Taiho class only had pretty much standard...
This.
Pretty much had the standard aircraft that the Japanese had, and so that's why they never got to accomplish much. Now let's get these fighters. And those were 2 Ki-45s destroyed. Now, third level is complete. We will now be getting ready to go on to the next level soon. So, pretty much, the load of points that you got will help out, give you the ability to destroy and get your points. Now, I'm at 23,000. I'm already up to 4 lives. Those can come in handy if you are low on health and you get killed. It's pretty much, it's all good when you take the hit. Now we got 2 Japs.
This is fun!
this, fun friend. Show these Japanese what we're capable of. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. Turn hard. Crazy jacks and we'll avoid the gunfire. Now on to the final stage of crazy jacks you can carry. Try to extend out, try not to get whacked. There we go. Throttle. Gotta get rid of these guys. Oh! Yep, this is what I'm talking about the AI. Whoa, they're very reckless. Let's get these guys out.
Like shooting rats in a barrel.
Yeah, you guys are not gonna ram me like you did during the early parts, the late parts of the from now on. Yeah, take that and don't come back. Alright, let's not do this.
Nothing but a scratch.
More cluster missiles. Ah, gotta get those. Alright. Make it to the right. Let's keep strafing these targets. I gotta get as many as I can alive, because I know sooner or later that flak's gonna really be a pain in the ruckus. Yeah, perfectly avoided that. Did I get it? Yes, got it. Beautiful. Okay. Get 3 Japanese fighters. Let's take them on. Remember the famous saying, always take Tail and Charlie. And Tail and Charlie doesn't want to play. Okay. Let's go at it.
This is fun!
It is. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. Bombers in the air. Okay, enemy fighter. He's on the escort roll. Let's deal these guys with the size of blow. Oh, that's why I love the pom-poms, the 40mm glow guns, I call them. Pretty much one shot, and they don't stand a chance against you. So, now let's get these guys. These are the bombers we are facing. Basically, seaplanes. The H-8K Emily's.
I hit him! They just haven't got a chance.
They don't. Pick up the health anyways. Let's take these guys on. Run! Oh, he's out of the fight, and you are gone for them. Okay, so me ducking and dodging all that flak and all the AI fighters trying to kill me, we've just reached the final stage of the theme, and we're at 32,000 points. And if you guys want to keep track of the points I earn throughout the themes while I'm playing them, for my grand total on how much I win, on how many points I get in particular, you guys can write them down and put them in the comments section when I upload this. Now we're on to the next theme. This is the last stage before we go after General Yamashita. And quick history fact about Yamashita, he led the Japanese forces in the Philippines. That's much bigger. Shit, that's torpedoes. Plus the bombs. not going to work. Avoid that! Yeah, pretty much the weapons will just eradicate, especially those cluster missiles. So, I'm going to use my 7 rockets to wreck it.
Chew on this!
Didn't get it. Unless if I did, I don't know, because I do not want to get hit by those rockets. Nope, they're still up. Okay, those rockets are going to be a problem, so I've got to figure a way about getting killed.
They just haven't got a chance.
Vertical, avoid the rockets. Those are going to be a problem. More fighters coming in. Lovely, fellas. Welcome to the party. Alright, let's avoid. It's pretty much the AI only make a right turn. They're kind of idiotic. So pretty much just shoot down when you get behind them. There we go. That's the next stage of weapons I've been waiting for. The second stage of glow guns. They're fast, and they're pretty intense. So, let's get these 2 Japanese fighters.
He's hit!
Japanese shit.
I am invincible!
Oh, not anymore. Not anymore. Those Shindens had no chance. And I question it why they use Japanese Shinden fighters. Number 1, the Shindens were made in 43 as a float plane fighter during the war. Really didn't see much comment because of the inability of it. There we go.
Die!
There we go. That's what I was waiting for. I needed to knock out the particular guns, the rocket launchers. Those rocket launchers are one shots. Not easy to take out without getting hit.
Like shooting rats in a barrel.
Oh, that Japanese Zero, no chance. Okay. I hope to Lord I got it. No I didn't. Crap. Well, there's the other one.
Fire!
Fire on my rockets. And I think I just got it. Make it off to the right. Let's get that cruiser. I gotta try not that cruiser out. That cruiser's gonna be a problem, especially with its guns. So I gotta hit it. Got it. Finally, at level 38,000. Get the cruiser. That's just me crazy. The health. There we go. Now, that's the 5th level done. Now we're on to the final boss battle. So pretty much, you're going to be facing the main boss of the level. General Yamashita rather. Infamous Tiger of the Philippines. Really not too hard of a boss if you know what you're doing, and it'll be kind of stupid. And what you just heard are the rockets that they're equipped with. That Yamashita's tank is. The revolvers is what they're called. Go on the guns. Go vertical to avoid the rest of his guns. And we just passed our 5th aircraft. 41,000. And we're doing good so far. Now, all we just need is this turret, and that's it. General Yamashita is done, and that is the end of the first theme. Now, sorry I hadn't been uploading in a while, guys. I hope this will be a good makeup for it. I do plan on getting the next themes done soon, and I do thank you for watching it. The next theme coming up will be the seaplane theme at a future date. So, thank you all for watching. Lanchinate Gaming, out.